People, make sure that you go ahead and check out the Beeline Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for. Everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the Beeline Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go! That's right. Yo, check it out, guys. It is another episode of the Beeline Web Show Tuesday night. We in the building, baby. Behind the mic, doing it right. I'm going to stop rhyming because I don't got time to think about that right now. Yo, guys, what up, man? Very happy to see you guys again. Thank you for joining us. We have a show today. We're going to do a fellas talk. It's one of our fellas talk. If you know the show, we've done these all throughout the show. Actually, started out from the very beginning. Then we had a couple in between, and now we're going to be doing, I think this is the fifth one. But we had a couple cancellations, man. We were going to have like a panel discussion, and we're going to talk about it, bro. We're definitely going to talk about it a little bit. But yeah, we kind of going to just have people on. We're going to talk some stuff. You know, regulars going to come on, and Kyle's here. Kyle's going to be here, and Stead's here, yo. So we're going to still have a good show and talk to you guys about some stuff that I kind of been wanting to get off my chest tonight for sure. Yo, so that's just what it is, man. Yo, we gonna talk about some shit tonight, bro. I've had a crazy ass day. If you haven't followed me on social media, like I'm trying to make some decisions right now with different things that I'm doing and stuff like that. So it's like I've been kind of teetering, but then I got some really good news today, and I got some pretty good news yesterday, but then it's been mixed with like some annoying shit going on. It's weird, man. Life is weird, bro. You gotta put on armor and shit to battle this shit. But listen, guys, I'm really okay. Listen, this guy's gonna get. I'm gonna kick this nigga out of my comments. Even like, I'm not in the mood today. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all gonna get fucking fired today because I am not in the mood today. I'm gonna be as dead ass real as I possibly can. But I love you guys because this is the Beeline Web Show. Let's go. Let me check that out. There's one person that liked you. These are conversations that I've definitely thought out for a second. And you were talking to the damn bounties, and every time you
man.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, man.
Playboy?
Yeah, thank you, bro. That's a big difference. That's awesome, though. Like so many different things that it's nothing like wrestling. I want the Raiders. Yeah, come on, bring it on. Yo, he wants to go back to my Facebook family. I do apologize. I'm not too sure why it didn't automatically connect me to you, but I am on with you now. We fixed the problem, I believe, or I may not be. I don't know. Like I said, today's one of them days, bro. We're going to just rock and just keep going with it. But listen, I'm not alone right now. We're going to go on a rant. We're going to talk some shit tonight. We're going to freely talk some shit. Let's vent. Let's vent tonight. Let's do that on the web show. Fellas, talk vent night. But we got my man. He came back. He's killing it with the podcast. Now I'm seeing him every single day. He's on and making his business known to everybody. So let's talk about it with my man, DJ Steady. Are you ready? What up, Steady?
Hey, what's good, my brother? What's happening?
Chilling, man. Just making it happen, bro. You heard me over here. I vented on the intro. You know I'm going through some shit.
Pressure bust pipes. I just said it on the morning show. It's gonna do two things. It's either gonna bust pipes, so it's gonna make diamonds, and I feel like you ready to bust some pipes,
bro. Listen, I mean, it's just weird. We're gonna talk about Facebook is back up and running. I don't know if Facebook's going on, but yeah, my StreamYard's been acting up a little bit lately, but man, it's a lot that goes into putting this show together. Isn't that one of the things you noticed, like when you first started doing the podcasting stuff? Like, didn't you just think you was gonna get on this thing and just put a camera on? And it's crazy because some people do it. Right. But you just get on there and just put a camera on and just record something and then try to go ahead and live life with everything working right for you. Man, I thought that was gonna be that easy, wouldn't it?
Dream deferred.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but Stead, definitely glad to have you. And of course, listen, it wouldn't be a show without this guy at this point, man. He's been on. I appreciate him every single show he comes on. His opinions, his viewpoints, and everything he's about. My man, Kyle. Eric, what up, Kyle?
What's good, guys?
Chilling, man.
What's
Chilling.
happening
Glad to
with
see
you, my
you,
brother?
man.
I'm all right, bro. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. Can't complain.
Yep. Same
Excellent.
here. Same here. I can complain, and I am going to complain, but I'm still blessed. I'm still happy, yo. Hey, what's good? Shout out to Dirt Boy 44. All right, guys, what's your favorite movie? All right, hey, listen, I'm down for that. You want to talk about favorite movies? Right off the right off the bat, for me, my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies. There's way too many to just like clarify. One of my favorite movies is Bad Boys. Bad Boys, all three of them, yo. All four of
Oh,
them.
no, all four.
I love the Bad Boys series. Bad Boys, if I had to put them in order for my favorites, I would definitely say Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 4, and then Bad Boys 3. And I would definitely have to say that. But Bad Boys is my favorite. What about you guys?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles original 1990.
Nice. That's a classic. That's
Definitely
a
classic.
classic.
Yeah.
Definitely. What about you, Sted?
I'm going with the '90s Mortal Kombat.
Whoa, 95 Mortal Kombat? All right,
Yes, sir.
all right, not bad, not bad. Hey, Dirty Boy, you got to hit us up with what's your favorite movie, bro? And thank you so much for liking in the comments. Please go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate the activeness on the channel. Hey, guys, as a matter of fact, I pulled everybody in the room before I said, if you haven't already, make sure that you like, make sure that you share, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. We have a whole bunch of content over there. Hit that bell button for the notification for when we're coming on. When are we coming on, you ask? Oh, let me tell you. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, we will be right here for the Beeline Web Show. And then if you're a wrestling fan, we have Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk, where on Wrestle Talk is what we do Wednesday nights. That's at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. That's with the STR Nation, baby. It might be me. It might be Slim. It might be Lay. It might be Brandon. It might be Stead. He watches wrestling. We got a whole bunch of people that come on there and talk wrestling with us or join us. But on Thursday nights, for sure, there's something that me and Kyle Eric do. That is the Beeline Entertainment Show. And that's where we talk things like our favorite movies and different movies that we've watched. We have a watch list. We have a top 5. And we have a whole bunch of other stuff that we've actually just added to the show. It's a lot of fun. And join us Thursday nights, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. If you want to watch everything that is, the B-Line Entertainment LLC.com, where you can watch all of the shows all the way from the beginning to now, as well as any services that we have that may be available to you or you might need, editing services, as well as production, as well as merch, as well as marketing, as well as advertising. We do a lot of shit over here, man. And when I'm tired, we're doing a lot. But guys, what's going on, y'all? How y'all day been? Everybody been good?
Yes,
Time's
sir.
been going by fast, bro.
It's already the end of January. About to be the last couple weeks. About to be done.
Can't wait till spring.
All the New Year.
I'm counting down the day till spring.
I feel that, bro. It's free. Right now, I'm cold as shit. Don't let it fool you. I had to wash my hoodie, so I didn't have it. But yeah, it's been in Georgia. It's been cold as shit for these last couple of days, man.
It's like 14 degrees right now where I am, dude.
Damn, you might as well just go move into the freezer. It's probably warmer.
Dog. Yesterday I was out. It was 22 degrees by the time I got back to where I was.
22 degrees.
22.
That shouldn't even be legal.
You missed that weather? You missed that weather?
Yo, listen, I mean, I don't miss that weather, but it's like, I'll tell you one thing. I'll take some cold ass weather over some hot ass weather. I'll tell you that. I'd rather bundle up with a coat, with a jacket, with a sweater, with a blanket, and sit in front of a heater than go outside and have to be ass naked and still fucking sweat.
Man.
And just sweating and dying and shit, and heat stroke and
Wow.
Bro, I can't take it. Dirt Boy, yeah, you got him laughing over here. Dirt Boy, what's your favorite movie? You said, oh, you haven't watched Bad Boys? Yeah, you gotta get on that, bro. That's Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Yeah,
I've
classic
never
duo.
heard of did
Right.
we just age ourselves
Oh,
with that one? Maybe?
remember, it came out in like 1996 or 1995. Yeah.
Yeah, and also remember a lot of kids that were born in 2000, because we were born in the 80s, right?
Yeah. Yep,
So a
80s.
lot of kids that were born in 96, even the ones that are born in the 2000s, they're adults now. So
Hey, listen, but he did just say that his favorite movie is Sandlot, so he's around our realm. You gotta be around our
Probably.
realm if you like Sandlot.
probably.
Yeah, definitely check out the Bad Boys franchise. Trust me.
Oh
It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check that out. But yeah, I mean, definitely come on the on Thursday, man. We'll be talking about a whole bunch of stuff as far as movies and stuff like that. So tonight, guys, I brought you guys on And you guys are usually always on rocking with me, man. We were supposed to have a couple more people on with us, Kyle, but you know how it kind of goes. And, we get the last minute cancellation. It's really hard to do this, like the podcasting thing as we've been doing. I've been doing it for 6 years now. I think pretty much all of us have been doing it a little bit more than that. Um, it's hard to keep everybody, especially when you're trying to work with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
It's hard to plan an event and have to rely on other people. Not that people aren't reliable, but it's just that I think time isn't reliable. You know what I mean? Like it's difficult to try to schedule something with an open knowledge of like, oh, I'll be ready, I'll be available. Then somebody falls asleep, or somebody gets a flat tire, or somebody like their boss yells at them at work. And, you know what I'm saying? Like it happens, bro. But
that's real.
how have you guys? Let me ask individually. How have you guys kind of faced or battled dealing with doing this, something that needed to be done with people, but kind of making it so you can guarantee what you're doing is good even without people? That's
Interesting question.
yeah, go ahead, Stead. You just came back. How have you kind of been facing it? Live in Peroa, Arizona, so it's hot. Oh shit!
Well, taking accountability for my own content and learning that no matter what, I'm going to show up for me, and to always kind of keep multiple kind of parameters in the topic zones that can easily be conversed with a guest or without a guest.
Yeah,
because now that I realize the key goal of podcast is to reach the audience more than the people, then I kind of just make sure that the message goes directly to my viewers or my listeners.
Okay, very good point. Yeah, I think I fully agree with you there, especially when you're telling you got to remember you're not doing this for the people that you bring on the show. I think I said that the last time when we were talking to Kyle about the guests that you have on. We're doing this for the people that are entertained by the content that we're putting out, or interested in the content that we're putting out. Yeah, it's very true. Kyle, how about you, bro? Like, how do you kind of I know yours is a little different as far as the A for Abled show.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's a bit. You know what? That's a kind of a loaded question for me, because there have been times where I've taken years off and then had to basically redo everything I was doing, because I lost my lost my motivation. You know what I'm saying? I was too caught up in numbers. I was too caught up in analytics. I was too caught up in all of that other stuff that matters, but it shouldn't be the only. I was too caught up in the algorithm. I was too caught up in all of that stuff. Like, yeah, it's important to a certain extent, but that's not the reason I do it, especially not with the stuff I talk about. You know what I mean?
I definitely understand that. Yeah, your podcast, you actually talk about some real it's usually topical with certain guests that have situations going on, or they're talking about something specific. In some situations, it's not as much as like a roundabout conversation like these or whatever.
Well, my on the brain stuff was more like that. It was very casual, very round table. At one point, I just had one microphone and we all just yelled into it. That was that was it. I had I still got it. My first microphone is original Yeti mic, right? Yeah.
You started off strong, bro. I actually still have my first mic too. I had a USB mic when I first started.
My dad hooked me up with it one Christmas, right? Because my parents have always been really supportive of this,
Yeah.
So my dad hooked me up with the Yeti. I made sure I used that thing every time I did a broadcast or whatever for a year. Until this day, I still use it. You know what I'm saying? So,
what are you using now? Because your sounds really good, but you don't have a microphone. Are you just using your laptop or your phone?
I'm using these. I'm just using these headphones. These are iJoy. These are iJoy headphones, right? Primarily, like I use these as a last ditch effort, because my speakers on my laptop kind of one of them kind of blew. So what am I going to do? And then I had my other mics, and I got other USB mics and LXR. No, I'm not obsessed. So right now I'm using this until I can get an upgrade on my laptop.
Gotcha.
You know?
Hey, listen, bro. It sounds good, so it's working for you.
Thank you.
But yeah, guys, we were gonna come on and there was a couple of topics I was gonna roundtable discuss. Me and you guys can definitely, go over some of the things that we were talking about tonight. But we're mainly just gonna kind of, shoot the breeze or whatever. One thing I've been sitting there seeing, I guess we all got a little bit in common right now, is we're supposed to be talking about the cold, but there's supposed to be this big ass snowstorm coming all the way to Texas, all the way to this
You
side.
will take Texas first, huh?
Well, I guess because they usually don't snow over there. I guess people are like talking about it really hard right now.
And plus, you're a Floridian, so you've only seen snow like a couple times in your life.
Exactly. So it's just
That's right.
captivating for me every time it happens.
Yeah. Snow and storms. I think I've said it on here, bro. But it's something about storms that I love, man. It's just. It kind of puts you back in perspective, yo. Those big events, and as long as your house doesn't like blow away or anybody dies or anything,
yeah,
like, it puts everything. You can be having a bad day and all this stuff is going on or whatever, but then it's like a thunderstorm hits and you hear that big boom, and it's just like you looking around like, damn, it's amazing. Like, how the fuck is that? Like, if anything like that big ever comes over here, like we're just wiped away. And you just listen to it, and it's just like it puts you back in like your regular position. Like, oh, everything's so big. No, it isn't. You're dealing with small fry shit. Like, this is real. Like,
that's the truth. We gotta be able to weather the storm, both mentally and physically.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight, guys, just to do one of the topics, and I guess I'll ask you guys because I had a scenario that I wanted to run through you guys. But before we get to the serious shit or whatever. Yo, let's do a hot take real quick, all right? And it's more like a topic. If you have a plate of wings, yo, you go to the store, you get a plate of wings, all right? Sit in front of you, the people say, hey, what sauce do you want? Let's start with Stead. Stead, you got them wings in front of you, them wings is looking good. You like, yo, what sauce is you picking? Like 9 times out of 10.
9 times out of 10, I'm going with Louisiana hot sauce.
Just hot sauce? Okay, so you're more like you like hot wings, like just straight up hot wings when you go to wing spot.
Yeah, I'm a hot wing guy. Give me some garlic, lemon pepper. You know what I'm saying? Put that blue cheese on there, or some ranch. I can do both.
Okay, there you go. Okay, all right, that's what I was looking for too, because being in Georgia, like of course we had wings and stuff like that up north, but like Kyle knows, like up north is more pizza. Chinese food,
definitely
subs, diners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's more like the up north thing. And you can get wings from a lot of different places, but in the South, you got legit wing spots just all over, bro. And they're just all named something in the street. You got Macklin Wings or Boulevard Wings or something, and it's just like there's 70 of them. And I was like, damn, yo, I really like wings. You got Wingstop now. You got a whole bunch of stuff. But we was eating wings as soon as I got to Georgia. And when I go, I'm a hot wings dude. Like, I love some really spicy wings, but I can't get that regularly because that's like when it's like more of a challenge. So what I'll do is I'll get like my go-to is always going to be whether it's like the Louisiana rub. I like the dry rub or like the Cajun or something like that. Or like the real like you said, Stead, the garlic lemon pepper, garlic parmesan. I love them shits, bro. Publix makes really good garlic parmesan wings, and the supermarket Publix if you're around there.
And I'm so glad I already ate.
You wasn't expecting that, right?
The lemon pepper, hello.
Lemon peppers for you, Kyle?
With me. Look, with me, I go to this local spot called Wing It On.
Okay.
Right? And
Wing It On.
Yeah, it's called Wing It On, and they hooked me up with some nice mild spice wings and some ranch. If it's either ranch or blue cheese for me. Blue cheese, I'm kind of blue cheese over ranch.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like both. But I'm a bit more of a blue cheese guy.
I love blue cheese. There's a blue cheese dressing in the store because if you ever notice, yo. How the fuck did we get here? But let's talk about it.
This is what fellas would talk about on the Tuesday
It is,
night.
right?
Actually, this does feel like this.
Fellas talk, right? Some real shit. But there's a when you go to the store, especially to get something like salad dressing,
Yeah.
you got to be careful of the brand, yo. Because one big thing that I'm
Please
noticing,
talk about it.
I'm telling you, yo, I'll go and I get, especially when you get on your health kick and you're like, all right, fuck it, I got to get me some salad. I got to start eating a little better. So I want a good salad dressing. So I'll eat more salad. And then I'll go and get some great value salad dressing. That shit tastes like they sprinkle a little bit of flavor on some milk and cream. And that's it. A little ranch, a little whatever, blue cheese. No chunks of blue cheese. It's just flavor. And I'm like, what the fuck am I eating right now, bro?
Yeah, you might as well do it yourself.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But then there's the other. Now you get into the aisle with the condiments, and you got the salad dressing, right? And they got a couple of good choices. But the real salad dressing is where the vegetables is at. If you get that section where the vegetables in the jars, and that shit like $9 a bottle. Let me tell you something right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Stan?
Oh my god.
Man,
bro,
it changes your life, bro.
It is so good, yo.
Man, I got some Kraft blue cheese. Like when I wanted some hot wings, and I got Kraft. And for the life of me, you know, blue cheese is supposed to taste creamy, it's supposed to be smooth. I don't know what it is about this Kraft brand. I don't know if it was expired and they just still put it out. But every time I tasted it, it tasted like acrylic nail polish. Like it was not,
dude,
it
was bro, that's a sign. Don't eat it. Don't,
bro.
You know, I was thinking maybe my taste buds are tripping. So I was like, okay, let me try it again. Nah, I'm still getting the same result. And I'm like, the expiration date went up. It's like, for now on, go back to the original brand. Kraft can no longer be welcomed in my house.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, if you want a good selection, there's one. I wish I knew the name of the one I'm talking about. It's got like a jar, and it's got like a blue top, and it doesn't have a squirt bottle or anything like that. You got to dip a spoon in there and get it out. That's some of the best shit. I'm gonna try to find it in a minute. But also if you go in the aisle, if you're in the condiments aisle with all the salad dressing, if you get Ken's is really good. Ken's Steakhouse salad dressing. They have like a really good honey mustard. They got a good Caesar. Yeah, bro. Them shit is
the honey mustard.
They good, bro. I love it. I love it. Nothing like we did top 5 favorite sauces
we did.
Yeah, on the
same lineup too.
Yep. Yeah, man. But I don't even know. But on wings, I love having a nice, good, chunky blue cheese, bro. I want thick, fat chunks of blue cheese in my shit. And with some hot wings, and you got to have that carrot and celery with it. I love it. I eat it. I got the thing where I love eating like the savory, like whether it be chicken or whatever, and then eating like a crisp vegetable with it, bro. To just wash it like a cucumber or some green leafy crispy lettuce. Yeah, that shit is so good, bro. Fuck fries and all that shit.
I'm proud of you, bro. That means you done really changed your diet. Look at this. I'm in the 40s. That's a I'm in my 40s club type of
I'm telling you, tired of being in pain over some bull. Yo, there's another good point. I guess we just talking fellas shit tonight. It's so weird. It's so weird. The differences that you notice from making small changes at this age, bro.
Yeah.
There are times where let me tell you something. Last night was a weird it's kind of just transferred over to today. But last night was a weird night. Me and my family went out. We got my wife some shopping and stuff like that. And I got teenagers, man. So it's just fucking hot and cold in this house all the time. But I got pissed off, bro, and I was frustrated, and I was just done with the night. And I drove and I went to Burger King. We were at a damn store right next to a Burger King, and I was pulling out, and I was like, man, I'm about to get me a fucking Texas double Whopper. I haven't had one in a while. And I got that, and I got a chicken sandwich. And then my wife saw me get that, so she was like, man, fuck that, I want Captain D's. So she got Captain D's. So I go home, eat the Whopper. I haven't had it in like a little while, bro. And when I tell you last night, like I woke up, my fucking back was hurting. My damn had acid, everything, bro. And I haven't really been dealing with that much because I've still been eating like a couple of things here and there, but I've been really paying attention to my diet. Do y'all have that too? Like where you got like
Yeah.
Before you can, of course, like when you're younger, but I'm saying like not even that many years ago, it's like I can eat something and be like, oh, I don't feel too good from it. But now it's like that shit just destroys me.
Man, my mother's a health coach, right?
Okay.
So my mother's a health coach, so she looks up stuff and researches things all the time.
Yeah.
And when she but before she became a health coach, what kind of sent her on that path was she became anemic, and she had all this mucus and stuff like that, and she decided she had to change. She had to change. My mother used to eat she would tell you she used to eat cheese by herself, like just cheese, crackers, stuff like that. And my mother's not big. She like, she
Good.
like, but she would eat all this stuff, like by herself. She would try to, she stopped eating red meat like back in the 80s before I was born. We grew up on turkey dogs, turkey sausages, turkey bacon, and occasionally we would get the pork in there. When she started dating my stepdad, one day he's over for lunch, and he was a carnivore, right? So she made him a turkey burger. He thought it was beef, so he was like, "I knew you like the good stuff. I knew it." And she's like, "That's turkey."
That's turkey,
like, what?
bro.
You tricked me. You know what I'm saying? Tricked me. But one day she just wasn't feeling well. All this stuff was happening. She found out she was anemic, and she had to and she decided to change not just her diet but her lifestyle. So and she's always experimenting with stuff. She thinks food is boring, so it's like, she'll come up with different recipes and stuff, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And me and my stepdad will be her test subjects. Well, more me than him. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to try it most like a good chunk of the time. And I've incorporated it into the way I live my life now. Like, I still have the junk food. I'm a chocoholic, but I'm trying to cut down. I stopped drinking soda. Like, I very rarely do I drink soda now.
Yeah, me too. That's an easy stop too for me. Like, so
it took me forever.
One of the easiest things for me was drinks, bro. Drinks for me, I can just drink water, but I think I showed y'all like those Waterloo. Those I'm a seltzer guy. I actually don't mind the taste of seltzer water. I like it, and it's the most carbonated drinks that you can drink outside of like beer and shit. So it was easy for me to take that and replace soda. So it's like I even like it more because I don't like real sugary shit, man. After I drink something and it's like it's too much sugar, like Kool-Aid and stuff. Like, I like it, but I can't constantly drink that shit because it takes me out, bro. I feel like
because now it feels a little weird. Like, you're still used to it, but because you're older, your body reacts to it differently. Like, I noticed
it's different now, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. I noticed that if certain things I don't eat for like a week or whatever, I used to wake up with a stuffy nose every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to wake up with a stuffy nose and a little bit of mucus in my throat, but it very rarely happens anymore because I don't eat the same.
Yeah. Well, I'm on that damn journey too. How about you, Stead? Like have you noticed like different things like as you've gotten older? And where it's just like, hey, listen, I'm starting to notice like, hey, I did this different. Now I feel different. Or I ate this and now I feel different. You know what I'm saying?
Energy levels have been different, especially since I'm primarily more of a sit type person in my condition. But like when I do stuff like having more steamed vegetables, you know what I'm saying? Most of my food is done in a crock pot, so it's more like baked and broiled style as opposed to traditional fried. Like, maybe a couple times during the week, I might do what they call those cheat days and be like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to eat this. But like you say, that sluggish feeling piling up. Like, I was just speaking to my relative, my grandma. I was like, I got to the point where I pretty much can eat just one meal a day now and I'm satisfied. I don't want all that junk and all this piled up no more.
Yeah. And that's
willpower. That is willpower, dude. Usually I gotta have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but there are times where I will skip a meal and I'll be okay.
Yeah. It kind of becomes just like it just becomes kind of regular, yo. Because there's days where when I do, I'm telling y'all, bro, like I'm fat now, and I've always been been heavy, bro. But it's like when I used to be like, earlier in my 20s and shit like that or whatever. And even, in the beginnings of my 30s. And then it's just like I kind of started getting lazy jobs where I wasn't necessarily lazy because doing cable is not fucking lazy. But you still sit around a lot. Like I had a lot of free time. I was going to buffets and just sitting, waiting for jobs and just kind of eating and sitting down a lot, more. And then I really wasn't doing too much when I first moved to Georgia. So I was just kind of here. And I was just, when I got off of work, I wasn't going out. I wasn't doing that. I was just home playing a game, watching movies and shit. So it's like, that's where I started to gain like all my weight. And then of course, getting married and me and my wife, we're comfortable with each other. We love each other. It's like, whatever, bro. You want to eat? You want to chill? That's what we do. But it's like, I used to do so much, bro. And when I tell you to eat, I used to first be able to eat and just be like, whatever, fuck ever. And I could do small things like, okay, I'm just going to stop. I'm only going to drink water. And then as soon as I only drink water, I lose like 6 pounds in like a week. I wouldn't even do shit. Yeah. Just 6 pounds in a week, bro. But fasting used to be, I used to do every week. I would do 3-day fast, yo. I'm talking about straight 3-day fast. And it's crazy because now when I try to fast, bro, I feel like I'm ripping my eyes out, man. Like you get to that damn 4 o'clock mark and you're walking past the kitchen and I'm like, man, I'm about to just go make me something real fast. That shit be hard, man. I'm like, how the fuck did I used to do this to what I did it? My wife's like, oh, you got a different mentality now. And also, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I will juice. Like I will, like what I started doing was, I once again took a page from my mother, but also thanks to Instagram and Facebook, I got more into like juicing stuff. Now I love tea, but I looked at different juices for different health benefits. Right.
Yeah.
So like, okay, so I have cold feet. A good chunk of the time, I have very cold feet. I always, in cold hands, but I always say cold hands, warm heart. Part of me also wanted to, get more blood flowing since, just like Stead, I spent a lot of time indoors, and I gotta get out, get outside and get the blood flowing and things like that. But I also know I'm getting older, so I started looking up different, like different juices to help stamina, help your hormones, help you, because we got to worry about that too. Help help out testosterone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And help our, energy levels. And they're like, okay, there's recipes for like beets. There's recipes with kiwi and celery and stuff like that. And they all have different different benefits, and they'll help you, and they'll help your blood flow and all that. I'm like, see, that's more of what I need. You know what I'm saying?
And that's those are the type of beneficial things that, hopefully, like you guys both said, like you have different things that you do to try to, kind of make changes in your life for the better. And I think we all kind of try to do that. You enjoy what you enjoy, but I'm really trying this year to just be more focused on doing everything for the right reasons. Yeah. More than just like my own fucking satisfaction, bro. Because I feel like you said something earlier, Kyle, like, the one thing about motivation, man, my wife tells me this, and it's one of the things I get fucking annoyed at because she's right. But motivation, bro, it fades, man. It comes in like waves. It's like you get really motivated by something, you see something, you do something, you hear something, and then bam, yo, especially me. My weird shit is I'll come in this motherfucker, it can be clean. And I'll come in this bitch and I'll change everything. I'll fucking rearrange the whole room for 4 hours. And then when I sit down after doing that, I'm a fucking monster, bro. I'm just everything's all over. I'm making shit. I'm creative. Okay. It's like my process. You know what I'm saying? Feng shui, yeah.
It's feng shui in it.
That's right.
getting that energy, moving
that's
stuff
what that
around.
be. Yeah.
It's weird, man. I started to notice it because I'm like, every time I get like a giant jolt of motivation, I'm like, man, it's time to move. But then it's like I get it. And then you get it, and then you get it for a while, and my shit will stay for a while. I could be motivated for a couple months and just be like, fuck it, nah, I'm happy. Right? I told you, I think I told you guys, the YouTube channel, The Outdoor Boys. Yep. Luke Nichols, The Outdoor Boys. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him, one of the most popular YouTubers of all fucking time. Okay. But he goes out and he goes on different trips with his sons and camps outside and does a whole bunch of shit. Goes to Japan and Alaska. This motherfucker, has motivated me so much last year by just getting up and getting. He used to be fat. He lost a whole bunch of weight because all he does is go out. He takes his sons camping in fucking negative 20-degree weather in Alaska. And I'm like, I'm telling you guys right now, that shit motivated me. I was watching him build. He had bought like a homestead property in like the middle of nowhere, and it was a whole bunch of shit that was just. He just bought it, and it was just shit that people just left because where they were going, where they were at, you couldn't like travel. You couldn't take trucks and shit, so it couldn't bring anything out. But people just left it, and he bought it, but he remade it, and he had like a series on YouTube of him remaking it. And I'm watching this guy getting fucking motivated. I'm like, look at how much this man is doing. He's getting paid on YouTube. He quit his job. He was a lawyer. He quit his job, and all he does is YouTube videos and takes his sons all around his family all around the world, and he's paid to do it. That's his job.
That's dope.
I'm telling that motherfucker motivated me more this year that just passed than any individual in the last 10 years. And it was just a constant motivation. Every time I'm sitting down doing work, I'm watching his videos. I've seen them all a fucking million times.
Dope.
But motivation is just the beginning. That's what I was saying. All that shit to say, motivation needs discipline. Discipline is the key.
Hey, now you're talking about Rise and Rock motivation, people.
There you go. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like, when you have the ability to know at this point, we're not dumb. We know what we're supposed to do. A lot of times it's just we don't do it. We choose to not do it. I said before I started this show, I'm telling you, I was really quick out for a second. I was like, oh man, I was in the bathroom. I was like, listen, I'm about to just call it a night tonight. It hasn't been the best day. I got some good news today, but it wasn't the best day. I'm about to just call it, man. But I said, fuck that. I want to stay consistent, and I'm gonna do this shit. But the discipline, that was discipline. It wasn't motivation. It was discipline. I'm glad because I love this conversation right now.
Yeah, me too. Like as of like the last. I'd say the last few weeks have been the most the most motivating for me because I got a friend who is a client of mine, and we're going and I think I've talked about this before, like we're going like to different basketball events around the city. And every time he calls me, he's like, bro, you available for we got this tournament. I had to cancel on Steady the other day because I had a tournament to do. Right. And
but I respected it though. It wasn't even like he just not to cut you out, bro, but it's just that when you got something going that makes you thrive and you passionate, it makes you want to get out and love what you do. That's what we can do. So canceling on me was like, go do your thing because we need it. We need that.
Yeah, I'm glad. And Kyle, you definitely told us about it before too. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you guys are, I'm glad that you guys are actively doing it. Like I was saying before, it's hard to find people who, some people are doing this shit for a hobby, man. And I get it. Right. And nothing against
that was me. That was me at first.
Kyle, you've been rocking with me. You've been rocking with me on this fucking show. And I know even before me, you were rocking with Stead. Yeah. You every week. Steady had this like Steady was like, there ain't no days off. I'm trying to tell you, I see it because I'm not even no hardcore with Kyle. I tell Kyle every week, I'm like, Kyle, if you want to come on, bro, I'm gonna shoot you the shit, I'm gonna shoot you whatever.
There you go.
And the entertainment show was the show that I was like, I hit Kyle up one day, I was like, because I liked his thoughts. I saw his TikToks when he was making TikToks about different I think it was like Dragon Ball Z or different shows he was watching. Yeah. And I was like, I think Kyle would be good to talk with me on the entertainment show. And after I did that shit, because I came back after I revamped the entertainment show from doing the whole show off segment and stuff. I've reviewed the X-Men 97. That was the first one that I did. That first show I did Godzilla, King Kong.
Yep.
And I think after that was the first show Kyle started coming on with me. And it was just natural, bro. We both rocked. And I went back when I had to edit the damn playlist on YouTube, which they finally made into a podcast. I was looking back, I'm like, damn, Kyle been on since like episode 40 of the entertainment show, and we're on fucking episode this week coming up is 73.
I can't believe it.
Like,
I can't believe how much time has gone by because it doesn't it doesn't feel like it.
It's crazy,
Bro,
man.
we rocked on WDW regime for like 3 years.
It was every Tuesday, and what was it? Every Tuesday, Thursday, the occasional Wednesday. It was like, yeah, but every Tuesday because we would interview different musicians and artists and stuff like that. And us as the Misfits, shout out to our sister, the Duchess. Shout out to Miss Kim. Like they were all, they were all they were the catalyst for a lot of it because what you call it, Duchess would get these guests, right? And I'm like, I ain't ever gonna underestimate her. I'm like, whoever she says she's gonna get, she got.
But the crazy part was because she was a New Yorker, these were just next door neighbors. These people she spent her entire life around. So to me, getting starstruck and going pandemonium mode, she's like, this is just a regular. That's like my bro. That's like my cousin. And I'm saying, like, you don't understand what it means to somebody like me who's seen this, through television, through radio, stuff like that, got to experience it through family members, and to be connected with them. Like, podcasts has really changed my life. Like, I really feel like I wouldn't have traded for nothing in the world. It's like the best decision I ever made, especially after stepping out of chasing the whole, I wanted to be a hip hop megastar dream. Yeah, picking up podcasts was definitely something.
Yeah. And meeting people and having conversations like these. Like we've had some goofy conversations and then some really just kind of gut-wrenching, where'd this come from kind of
left field, bro.
Like just left field. Next thing you know, we talking politics. At one point we talked religion. There was a whole conversation we had where we were talking about relationships, and it was mostly women on the panel. And me and Steady were we were the only two guys, but at some point they were talking about something specific, and I had to chime in because I love it when we all get to talk about this stuff. But it's also like you have to see it from other people's perspectives. It doesn't mean you have to agree. That doesn't mean you have to agree every time. But that was it. But still, great conversations had by all.
Well, let me ask you guys this now, since kind of bringing that up is kind of, like I said, this was supposed to be like a fellas talk. I had a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. One of the big things, and Kyle, because you kind of just segued all the way into it. One of the big things I wanted to talk about was being an alpha male. And, I'm going to have to dive into that a little bit, because immediately when you hear that, and this is why I wanted to have the discussion, a lot of people take that and super fucking negatively. Like immediately with saying that, like that, it presents this dominant, arrogant asshole figure when you announce alpha male. Now, let me explain what I believe an alpha male is, because I'm not going to lie. I categorize myself as one. There's no fucking doubt about it. But I look at it as somebody who is assertive in a leadership position, who is not afraid to take on responsibility, negative, positive, throughout everything that is involved with him, at the most, in every single way. That also includes your problems, your aggressions, everything, right. Whatever people have around you, whatever people are bringing you, every battle that you have to face, you are able to conquer. And that's kind of, I came up with that shit based off of what I feel like I've been going through in my life, like with different scenarios and situations that I've had to kind of deal with and just grow with as a wild motherfucker when I was younger, who never gave a shit. I'll do anything. I was reckless. I didn't care. Who gonna go do that? And I'm like, man, I'll do that shit. I don't give a fuck. And then I go do it. Then now I'm protecting the family, and no, you ain't going to get gas because I'll get it, because I don't want you getting in no bull. Nah, you ain't going to the store. You know what I'm saying? We talk about shit like that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say alpha male, it's also okay. I'll let y'all talk first before I
Mm-hmm.
bring up this other scenario because I kind of got to go into this. I want to get y'all opinions on it.
Okay.
But that's what I mean by alpha. I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
just arrogant asshole like no, I'm over everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What do y'all
Yeah.
think though when you hear that term?
Stead.
Okay, I'll give it my shot. So, from my perspective of that question is, when you think of alpha male, is the leader of the wolf. I think immediately wolf pack mode, right?
Mm,
Because it's your job to be the protector. It's your job to allow the opposite to, be a little bit submissive, but because you're gonna be submissive as well. But like you said, it's a certain dominance. Like, hey, I ain't gonna back down. This is what I live, and this is what I've died for. Protective nature, and also just being self-aware. Like you say, it's
mm,
not so much of being like that arrogant asshole type of move. It's never about that. It's
Mm-hmm.
about I'm standing 10 toes down on what I believe on. This is my code of ethic, and you can't disrupt that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's either get with it or you can go on and find you another path.
get out the way. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I agree. How about you, Kyle?
Okay. Personally, me, when I would hear the term alpha male, it didn't sit right with me. Um, Mostly because the internet can make anybody feel like I am, you can say anything, do anything, whatever. There's so many people out here with those strong opinions, but the concept of alpha male is just that. It's a concept. And the where that came from is originally they thought that wolf packs only had one leader, and it became popularized. The term became popularized. Here's the funny thing about that. The guy who saw the wolf packs and came up with the term would eventually be popularized when we were growing up. He went back and found out that his findings were off,
Mm,
right? What he found was one wolf doesn't lead the pack, right? The parent wolves, they lead together. They don't make any decisions on their own. It's the two of them working as a team. Once he figured that out, by the time he figured that out and even tried to publish a paper stating that he was wrong the first time, the concept of an alpha male already became mainstream.
so
So,
it was
it,
basically it was something that was understood, kind of like nowadays when you get information,
yeah,
even if it's falsified information, once it gets put out there,
yeah,
it's
it's
kind of hard to
hard.
retract it.
It's hard to exactly, and this is the
Yeah.
person who came up with with the term and the findings in the first place. He went back because originally he was studying wolves in captivity, right? But then later on went back, found that this was it was off, but people ran with it. So when I think of the term alpha male, I just say, look, if because I have been called out before, right? A lot of people do not see me as a protector. They see me as the person that needs to be protected,
Hmm.
right? I was even told one time by my friends, both men and women, that they want to protect me, and I want to protect them too. But in order for me to do that, I got to surround myself with number one. I got to be good with me first internally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be good with me first internally, which has taken so long. Like in my 30s, almost 40s, is the most like myself and confident I've ever been in my life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You also have to be able to take. You also have to be able to take other people's opinions and criticisms into consideration because it's
Hmm.
not just about us. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you're trying to take care of now now Brian B, you a family man. Me and Steady, I am, I'm in a loving relationship, and I want to protect my queen. But
Yep.
the reason why I feel like not just because I'm a male that she does that, it's because she also makes me feel like me. when I'm
Yeah, that's important too.
You know, she makes me feel like me. She like she is a queen. I want her every day, babe. I was like, look, you do what makes you what makes you happy, whether that's doing art, whether that's playing music, playing video games, going out and feeding the ducks. She also loves to do photography and stuff like that. She's been through a lot herself, and all I want to do is be her safe space. But I would get called a simp, and I'd be like, there are levels to simping, okay? There
definitely is.
There are levels.
It does exist.
You know
it does exist.
There are
levels to it.
There are
levels.
Disclaimer, because I realized when Kyle was making his statement, he said me and Steady, and then he went to talking about his lover. He has an actual girlfriend. I just want to clarify that line when he was going on this moment.
Yeah.
Because I know oftentimes I get mistaken as
make
a
me
woman,
cry.
and I don't want that to be somebody read that part and be like me and Steady.
Right. They got yeah, but it's like
separate that line a little bit.
Yeah, but Steady, Steady's living the single life, but I know he'll find his person or persons, whatever he's into. You know,
sir, I am living the what life? Okay,
single.
Yeah.
You living
That's what we're gonna say. We live right now. I can't talk about it.
Yeah, but as far as I know,
I don't want to be a player no more. That's all I'm saying in response.
There you go. Hey, listen, that's where it starts, though. I'll tell you right now. That's when you start realizing that's where you start looking a little differently. But Kyle, I want to jump in. I want to jump into what you're saying, because everything that you're saying, I didn't know about the dogs and all that. I never heard that before.
That's where the wolf. That's where the idea of an alpha male came from. They studied wolves and they thought that it was one wolf making the decisions for the pack, the pack leader. And really it was a parental thing. They all were making decisions together.
I get that. Okay, be that as it may, let's even with that, like, whether it's a redacted discovery or just something that was misunderstood, once it was released. At the end of the day, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There still usually is, in most situations, somebody who is, whether it's somebody who is appointed or somebody who is kind of just the leader, somebody who is up front. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying a captain, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's literally like words and terminologies for it. When I say that, that doesn't necessarily mean, hey, you're just better than all of us. Because if you remember, like you're saying, a lot of times in teams, bro, even with this team right here, like even with anything you do, you have your positions that are played so the whole machine works. Yep. That's how it is. I tell my wife all the time, like, one thing that she's doing right now is she's able to stay home, be a mom, and because of her skills and typing and reception and all this other stuff she does and researching and everything she's fucking amazing at that I can't none of really. I'm good at some shit, but nowhere near on her level. She's able to make a living on her own, at her own thing, just doing shit that I can't even fathom to do. So in those areas, I'm nowhere near anything that she brings to the table. I'm weak. You feel me? I'm weak in that. But at the same time, I still am the leader of my house. Now, what the fuck does that mean? This is why I'm trying to bring it up as far as like being an alpha. There's certain things that I guess, and this may be just my opinion. This is how I look at it.
Go ahead.
There's certain things that at the end of the day, if anything really happens, I know that even my son can grab the baby and run out the house.
Yep.
Or, do this. And my daughter, she can, get the dog and maybe get a, what I'm saying? Even my baby can, pick up something and jump out the window and survive or some shit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I also know that something goes down, I can get everybody out this motherfucker. And maybe even a couple of things that I want to save, take out whoever's in the fucking house and do all of that. And maybe even put out the fire.
All right.
I know for a fact.
Turbo Man.
That's what I'm trying. But that's what I'm. See, this is the shit. This is shit, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's such a weird thing. And then here's what people can say: how do you know you can do all that? Have I done that? No. Right. Have I done similar shit? Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
There's been situations where I've had to make the call. There's been situations where I caught my daughter before I fucking had. There's been certain things that's happened to where I've learned, because like I said, I never was positioned for this role. Like, I had a family growing up and stuff like that. And as far as my father being an alpha, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know if he was in the same way that I am. And what I claim as an alpha is I am the leader and the protector of this family. I'm the one who's, like I said earlier, I'm the one who is not scared to take on the responsibility, even if it's at my demise. I'm the one who will take the weight of everybody thinking I'm doing wrong if it helps that machine keep motherfucking running.
That's the oath. That's the alpha oath that you took upon yourself.
But and instead, that's what I'm talking about. I saw a couple comments in the thing right now where it's like, I understand the hey, no, not one person is a leader. Yes, one person is, but that doesn't mean that one person is over everybody. It just means that one person has to get the finger pointed at their ass when something goes fucking wrong. They have to claim the responsibility, and they have to be able to take the responsibility successfully, so the team can keep moving without the fucking machine going down, bro.
Facts. You and your lady's married, correct? Right?
Yes.
So that is what it is. Under those traditional rules, you become one. So you can say that for both. See, a lot of people get it misconstrued by saying it's that. No, you got to learn. I got you. You got me. There's no behind me. We're together. So we are one unit. As a unit, we make one alpha strongest for alpha team.
And there's one motherfucker that has to be the head of that body. And that's what, but that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, it's a different way to kind of look at it. That's why I wanted to have this discussion, because a lot of times it gets brought up in like a dominant way. Oh, I'm the alpha, so you're under me. Make me a sandwich and all this shit. That's not what a fucking alpha is, yo. Like we were saying, like, as far as like a leader of a pack, before Kyle dropped like the information like about like, hey, that's some bullshit anyway. But there still is, even outside of my family, I am the man, the only man that is representing even my mom, my sister, my nieces.
There you go.
I'm the only male figure that is in their example, I guess, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They have like, you know, other things. It's a long story. I'm not gonna get into everything. I'm just trust me on it.
Right. No,
I'm the only male figure that's represented. So when there is something
alpha out the gate, there's no argument, there's no debates, there's no rule of allegiance. You classify that because you are appointed that, just by the design that everything has played. It led you there. Like you said, you can't speak on, you know, your father's position for that, but you know for yourself, and that's what it is. It's a level of confidence over assertion. I feel like it's more of a that. It's
as long as it's not
saying it.
As long as it's understood, because there are
people, that's all. Understanding doesn't need explanation.
It's seriously, because there are guys out there that will. Now, I also know that this is why communication is key. Like in any relationship, I don't care if you if you in a long-term relationship or married or whatever, you got to communicate. You got to communicate with your people. You know what I mean? Okay, like for example, I come from a village, right? I say this, my parents raised me, but I was always around my cousins, aunts, uncles, all of that, and they all instilled something in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with me being who I am, having cerebral palsy, I was the oldest boy, right? Yeah. But my parents would always say to both me and my sister, protect each other.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Protect each other. Now, there would be times where my sister had to, because my sister, out of the two of us, she was the tomboy growing up. And because so she was a bit more like, and she was the only girl cousin for a while, like, you know what I'm saying? So she would wrestle with our other cousins who were around our age. They would get roughed up. So would she. She came to my defense on more than one occasion because we went to the same school for a while, right? Yeah. But if she did something messed up, it would still be the responsibility would still go to me because I'm the oldest. Right?
That's some crazy. Ain't that some? But hey, Kyle, ain't that some crazy shit? But you basically just told a story right there, because believe it or not, at the end of the day, that's how the fuck it is. At the end of the day, there's always gonna be that person. There's always gonna be that person, for whatever the fucking reason is, that is going to be appointed. You're the one. When the shit really hits the fan, we got to go get the Godzilla of our fucking party, bro. It's just how it is. And that's why I'm saying it's a weird understanding. That's why, just to go a little deeper with this conversation, like the whole thing about toxic masculinity and all this other shit, which is some made up shit, just like everything in the world is made up, but it does represent something. The definition behind it does represent something. Toxic masculinity can definitely be seen as, hey, listen, you're the kind of person who does do shit like, I don't want you wearing that dress. You're gonna wear this dress. You're not that, but that's not even no longer an alpha male. That's a fucking bully, a dictator, whatever.
That right there. No, if you gotta call something toxic, you're no longer masculine.
Thank you. That's fucking even better of saying it.
If you gotta, if it is toxic. And I have heard stories of that same. If the relationship is toxic, then I'm not going with this masculine feminine crap. Okay, if you straight up controlling,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no time for that. I've been around too many people who have been in that situation, guy and girl. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not just a physical thing. It is also a mental thing.
Yeah.
There have been like I'll tell you a quick story real quick. One of my clients is a mental health client. She talks about her podcast talks about going through and getting out of abusive relationships. She was also a survivor of domestic violence. Yeah. So she dropped some knowledge on her first few episodes. Like, it wasn't illegal to not beat your wife until the 70s.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, hold up. I mean, unfortunately, we still have people who feel, who feel differently. But there's a bunch of stories I could tell. But this one person that she interviewed, he admitted to being the abuser. The psychological abuser. He was a husband. Him and his wife been married for years, but he knew the game. He knew how to manipulate situations, including therapy. He knew what to say and do in the middle of a therapy session to make it seem like everything was okay. And then at some point in their relationship, the wife had enough. Okay, because she figured out what he was doing. And he knew he had to change, and now they're together again, hopefully happier for it.
Yeah, and I mean, people do change. Not to cut you off, but people do change sometimes. Yeah. It's definitely a fucking gamble that you have to take if you're going to be willing to say, especially in a dangerous situation, hey, this guy is abusive. Hey, this person's abusive. Mm-hmm. Whether it be mentally or physically. You do have to kind of gamble if you want to continue on. Like, hey, listen, I think that there's a possibility that this person can do better. It's worth it for me to stick around and discover whether this is going to keep going, whether this is going to get worse. That's two bads that you got to face, or the thing that you have no idea about, especially at this point until it exists, is this going to get better? Or is it going to be good?
Worse? Is it like it still baffles me because even on the opposite spectrum, if you know how like the biggest thing one of the biggest things in any relationship is trust, right? And what do you have if you don't have trust? You don't really have anything. You're afraid. How in the world are you going to get out of this this situation? And a lot of like a lot of women who have gone through it are not believed at first, and that is that is one of the things that I thought would change by now, but
oh no, my
but I guess that was wishful thinking, and then you flip it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Please, because the only reason I'm just saying is because I hear you, and I get it, bro. I hear you keep saying like with women.
Yeah, I know, but I have to specify this. I have to specify this first because it does happen to men too.
You all good, proud American.
And because and because we are men, and when they have expectations of us for the fact that we're men. If it happens to us, like say a girlfriend or a wife is beating on us or psychologically manipulating us, and we can't figure out what the deal is, then we don't get believed just on the fact that we're guys. Even my ex-girlfriend admitted to doing that to me, right? And when we finally had we actually had our talk, like lay cards down on the table. We had already been broken up for like 3 years, a lot of resentment, and then one day she calls and we just let everything out, and she says, "I'm sorry for mentally abusing you." And I'm like, what? First off, I had to think of everything that she had said. And I'm like, oh, dang.
That's almost some more shit too, though. But especially if you're already broken up. I mean, I guess you could take it for what it is at face value. Yeah. It's like, don't call me trying to make yourself feel better for some bullshit. Like, if we left it, then leave it the fuck alone. Let me learn my lesson that I learned from you, but you're going to try to re-inject yourself into my life and put me back into an uncomfortable position so you can feel better.
Yeah, I also know it's a rare thing.
You feel some narcissistic shit, right?
Yeah.
I also know it's a rare thing, but we became good friends afterwards, believe it or not.
Shit happens. But at the same time, it's just like, I understand everything that you're saying, because it's true, man. I think that their lines are so blurred with these type of conversations to where you don't know how to categorize anything, because everybody just takes one thing and categorizes it as whatever. Whether it's, hey, if you're somebody who's comfortable knowing that he or she, which I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard for me when I say she, and I'm not saying because I don't believe in strong women in no fucking way, shape, or form, but it's just something different to me, bro, about the position that a man plays and a position that a woman plays in a relationship. It's a different feel. And like I said, it's just from my experience in life. It's not that women belong in the kitchen and men, but nah, motherfuckers can do everything. That's just the physical bullshit. What it comes down to for me is more of the nurturing. I got 4 kids, yo. I got 4 kids. Like you said, Kyle, I was raised pretty much the same way. Like you said, man, we had cousins, we had family all over. We were always spending the night, and I was with my uncles and aunts, with the neighborhood kids, even not even just my family, just kids. And there's so much that you learn from the drunk dads, from the party dads, from the dads who will take time to cut your hair, from the dads who are in the neighborhood who come out and play with you and play basketball and stop it. Yes. Just there's so many different lessons that you learn, and the lessons that I've seen from women and what they represent, and because of their biological makeups, because of different things, even though everybody's different, you still hold these kind of you still hold this nurturing nature to you, because you grow the baby and your body changes and your hormones, and there's whole bunches of balances that just present you in different ways. Can you still be a piece of shit? Of course you can. But can you use the superpowers that you were naturally given to be one of the most beautiful things in the fucking planet? Yeah, for sure. Men, Can we use our strength? Can we use our whatever? Can we use our guidance? Can we use our whatever, testosterone, what the fuck ever? It's not a science class, but I'm just saying, like, literally, do I believe in the positions as far as in a relationship with two couples working together to have a strong foundation for their future upbringing? I do believe in that shit. I do believe that there should not be two people trying to just do everything like each other. That's a fucking battle. That's not a relationship.
I second
You should own and be proud of where you play your part in your team. You should not always be trying to fucking one up or level up or worry about who can do more. You should be able to express the strength and the build and the growth that you get from being with the person that you're with.
And vulnerability too.
And of course, listen,
vulnerability,
vulnerability is super important on the strength of you have to be able to understand when you are wrong. That's one of the biggest things I think I've learned, especially that when you're wrong, sometimes, even though it's obvious, you can have trouble seeing it because you're not looking at you. You're fucking standing there and you're not seeing a mirror in front of you. You're just actions. But when somebody is trying to point it out to you, sometimes their perspective can be fucked up or they can try to manipulate the perspective as well. But you're way better off at least hearing somebody's criticism and maybe even taking it and then trying to see if you can decipher if you're going to be reasonable as well as aware. Because a lot of times, man, you're not in control as much as you think you are, especially in a hostile state or an emotional state. So
all that, and just real quick, just to piggyback, like for me, one of my things I've learned is to stop expecting me from other people. Rather it's relationship, friendships, dealing with family, whatever. It's just become a time where you, like you saying, when you take all these things and jumble up. I think the problem with that is we don't know how to direct that energy. You know what I'm saying? You want to be pissed off and you're taking it off on your mate. You want to be pissed off and you're taking off on the wrong people because you didn't sit with that energy, what you just said. A lot of us don't have that ability to sit. So, not to sway off, but like one of the things I practice now is instead of giving a quick response to those type of moments, I like to process it now. Like, hey, hold on, let's pause right there. Let me think on it. And if it take a day or two, and then I go, I done meditated on it, I can approach that and give it a better justification. And just for comedy purposes, right? Is that scene of one of the Fast and Furious movies, when Tyrese was talking all that junk about, I can delegate too, because I'm an alpha. He was saying, I can assert it. They was like, okay, Mr. Alpha, go ahead and do your thing. And then he lays out the plan and he maps it out. But then the other guy kind of took it and he's like, yeah, that's what I would have did. So it's like in that moment, not so much about trying to be so politically correct in that moment, but it's knowing that, hey, Dom can't do everything. I know a little stuff too.
There you go. Yeah. And having that understanding. And that's why I'm saying that, because like I said, I brought you guys this conversation and I'm glad that we got perspective. We were going to get a couple more perspectives in the room, just kind of understanding, I think it does come differently from when you are, and this is not anything against anybody. It's just, I think, because I didn't have this shit until I was in the position that I'm in now. I didn't have, like, I always felt like a leader as far as just like in my environment, and not just because I'm just like, I'm the leader. Yep. Look at me. I've literally been told, man, like a lot of my cousins growing up, hey, listen, I have my cousin on the show and these other fella talks, they fucking said it. Like, hey, we looked up to you. I was the one who was trying to bring everybody together. I was the one who was trying to keep a lot of people together. I just always kind of took on that leadership role in my family, man. And not to be an asshole, not to be like, I control everything. No, I'm literally just like, I'm trying to make sure that whatever we do, we stay together. Whatever we do, we can work shit out together. We can do things together. Yep. But it just comes out in such a negative way when you say things like that now. So where it's like you can't enjoy the fact that you take pride in being a dominant leader, in being somebody who is, oh fuck, see, here he is right now. I spoke him up.
Bad influence.
Hey, Rel. What up, cuz?
Hey,
I ain't told
Kyle.
my cousin
Yeah.
in a while,
He
man.
trying to be the Leonardo of his group, and they're going to Raphael right there.
Oh man,
And Raph, yep, that's real too.
man.
But he know, Jarrell know, that's who I'm talking about. Like, I mean, it's like I'm being in my family, bro. It's like, and these are all fucking strong men. Like my cousins, like we're all strong men or whatever. But it's just like it's stupid. It's just crazy because I just don't like the fact that it's one of those bad apples spoils the bunch shit and stuff like that, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like so many people have really good intentions trying to actually be a leader. Let me ask this now since we kind of got into this conversation. All right. So here's one thing that happened recently, and I'm not gonna do names or anything like that or whatever, but I just want to be kind of transparent. So, like I said, with my sisters and my nieces and my moms and stuff like that or whatever, I'm kind of like the only male figure that we have in the family right now. Like I'm the main one. Like, you know, I got my kids, then I got them over there, and they're older. But even with my mom and sister, if something happens, if something goes down, I'm the one. Hey, bro, we got some shit going on, and with some shit that happened too recently. So they also don't like to tell me stuff because they know how I get, and I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm about to like, you know,
They don't want
I'm
you to
gonna
fly
get to
off
the
the
bottom
handle.
of this. Yes, exactly. You're right, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
But so it's like recently we had something happen, and I've been trying to kind of take on the role to where I can be a little extra sometimes. There's no doubt about it, yo. But I kind of got into it with them over a situation, and when I'm doing that, I feel like the respect should be there. And it should not be challenged. Now listen to this part, man. Y'all tell me if I'm fucking crazy.
Okay.
It should not be challenged, especially by another man. Okay? I'll paint the picture for you. You're in your house with your family, and you're laying down the rules and the law for your house with your family. And another man, whether it's a brother, whether it's a friend, whether it's a dad, comes into your house and tries to dismiss your rule or your law within your household in front of your family. Now, how do you guys feel about something like that? If you can speak on it with any kind of, like, you know, advice or just relativity, whatever. Hothead smell ass nigga.
That's funny. Oh man. But I think it's very okay. Look. Seriously, it's your house. That's it. Everybody else understands the rules in your house. In my case, it's a little. No, actually, it's not that. I live by myself, right?
Yeah.
But there have been times where my mom has come in and she's, looked around or said something and stuff has happened, and I have had to tell her no, and she had to and that was the weirdest thing for me because that's my mother. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't some random dude or somebody I've only, somebody I only know through whatever. It's not like a cousin or whatever. This is my mother. And at one point I had to tell her no for a situation. And she looked at me. I'm like, Ma, I will handle it. Right. It was something I had to handle involving another cousin of ours who happened to live in my building. Okay. Right. And she said, and she looks at me and she's like, okay, give me the, my cousin had given me a key to their apartment. This is the type of cousin that not everybody trusted. So my mother was like, what you mean she gave you a key? Where the heck is she? Where did she? I'm like, she's right above, she's right above me. And then I'm like, Mom, now look, I know you want to be, because my mother will always be, she considers herself to be Sarabi from the freaking Lion King.
Oh, yeah, it seemed like it. It was like mom's like, no, fuck that. What you talking about?
Oh, my mom's from the projects. No,
I hear. Nigga.
My mom's from the projects. She's one of three. She's the only girl of two with two brothers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And she had a mom. and she had a mom that was kind of hood. So
MacArthur Park.
You know what I'm saying? So, and she will protect her family. She will protect her own. And it's, so she's like, look, give me the kid. I'm like, Mom, I know what you're trying to do right now, and I love you for it, but I gotta handle this on my own. I gotta handle this on my own. And she looks at me and she's like, you better call me the next day. I'm like, I'm gonna call you, but I'm gonna handle it, please. Yeah. Okay? Because I was just trying not to be disrespectful. My mom realized, like, wait a minute, he's not in the house with me anymore. I'm in his place. Yeah. Right. So that's another thing. If I was still living under her roof, it'd probably be a whole different story.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you want to know something too, Kyle? Also, the other thing is, when you're dealing with, that's another thing. It's like, even if you're not in the house, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you're at another mutual party where not even nobody's house, but you're in a position where it's like you're still dealing with your family. That's the shit that's crazy.
Yeah.
You still have to understand, or at least I want to say no, because it's just, I feel that strongly on it. You should understand that you should never, especially as a man, as a real man, you should never challenge another man with his family. I feel like that is one of the worst fucking things, especially in front of them, especially to downgrade or whatever you want to say, basically undermine
them.
Yeah, like basically, like, especially in a position. And I feel like there's some people who don't get that until they experience it. And that's a fucking problem, because if you always have to feel something to understand the effects of it, and you can't even kind of get just a general tone of what happens, from those actions, then a lot of times you are always just going to be a person who has no fucking conception of anything, because you can't always get shot to know it hurts. You have to just know, okay, that might hurt a little bit. Like, I don't want to experience it.
I call it leading with that. That's that ego leading tripping syndrome thing. You just straight
look around. That's it. Look around. Be more observant. What is happening?
Man, I've been struggling with that shit a little bit, guys. Like, there was something that happened, and I'm just being honest with it or whatever. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this shit. But it was something that happened, and I kind of had that happen to me, yo. And it was something that everybody basically, it's weird, bro. Everybody kind of, this is what I mean about being an alpha too. Everybody kind of was against me because of how I handled the situation. Which I admit I could have handled it better. And I apologize to everybody but the person that I feel should apologize to me. Because there was multiple times where I told this person, you don't understand what's going on, and you need to stop what you're doing, because you're making things worse. Multiple fucking times. Like you said, Stead, before, ego will fuck a nigga up. Ego will fucking, and that's what happened, because he didn't understand the boundary he was crossing, even though I was directly telling him.
When it comes before destruction.
And some people don't know that boundary because they haven't experienced it. Especially, and no offense to anybody, a house full of women who may not share the same kind of understanding that I'm sharing as being the only man who was appointed in this family.
Right. Yeah.
I'm talking, and when I say family, I'm talking mother, sister, not fucking, oh, this is my cousin from, 5 people down. I'm talking family.
The immediate ones.
So
I mean, in your case, man, I mean, I know we haven't like the two of us, like me and Steph, we've known you for a while, but we've never, we know you in the podcast space. We've never, I think one day, if we ever get a chance to hang out, I'm tracking both of y'all down. We hanging out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Kyle, I'll tell you this right now. I'm fucking, listen, Beeline, Brian B. I've been putting it on social media. I'm going home. I'm going to Jersey, and I'm gonna be passing by your little neighborhood, Kyle.
And listen, if you want to drop by, you know what I'm saying? I'll no problem.
I'm driving. Yeah, so I might stop by, brother.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, no problem. I'd love to meet both of y'all in real life, to be honest. But
Hey,
Real.
let's go.
you know what I'm
No.
saying? But it's like, okay, so we only get like pieces of how you are on on the podcast.
Yeah.
Talks like these, and especially talks we've had in the past, where we've talked about like gun safety and the time you were at the in the time you were at the library and something didn't feel right and stuff like that. You are
Yeah.
very I listen. Okay, I try my best to listen. But you are a very protective, you are very like you are very serious when it comes to protecting the people that you love most. And you've had to go through a lot. So those instincts and having to do, and all of that was already in you because of your upbringing. So, and if I cross a boundary by anything I say, please tell me. Because the last thing I want to do is disrespect anybody on this panel. I love
Yeah,
you
you're
both.
definitely not at
You know
all.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I give you both your props because I don't know what all of y'all have been through, and I've given you only like a sample of what I've been through, but
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from both of y'all. So I can see that you are a very protective person. When you're on your like Brian Beeline energy, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
when you around your family and being like, they always tell men to be especially when you're with, like, say you're with your partner. They always what do they tell us? Have them a little bit behind you so you can observe what's going on and
For
stuff
real.
like that. If the two of you are sleeping together, then you got to be the one closest to the door and all
Yup.
of that. And that is all in the name of just of just protection. We got to
That's also the head of the pack, Kyle.
and
That's
that
not,
ends up.
that motherfucker might have
But
been right after all.
but here's but here's the but
Go
here's
ahead, go
the
ahead, my bad.
but here's the thing. You also have a balance because we can't, like, we're only human beings, and
Yeah.
my muscles are twitchy enough. If I was like that on a regular basis, I would not be able to survive. There has to be a balance,
Yeah, for sure.
but you understand. But I think you understand what that balance is. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to learn it pretty young. You know.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, and I respect that, man, because it's like I said before, sometimes it's hard for you to see your own energy, bro. It's hard for you to see your
Mhm.
own,
Mm-hmm.
flaws. And one thing that I think my wife would tell you too, like she'd definitely be like, "Oh yeah, well sometimes," but I mean, it's just I definitely try really hard to be honest, man. I
Yes.
really do try to be honest as much as possible, and that's
Mm.
even when if I do know that I'm wrong. If
Mhm.
I do know that I'm wrong, I'm not one of them motherfuckers who's gonna know it and fake it. Like, oh, I'm not. No, no, you. I really understand it and I will share it. Like, hey,
Mhm.
listen, I understand. Like I said, one of the things that happened was I actually admitted to the people that I was really wrong to. 'Cause I know I went overboard and I flipped,
Yep.
but I apologized for the wrong that I know that I did. And
Mhm.
even though they thought something else was wrong, that was the part that I said, no, that part I'm not. That's where I feel I have the awareness.
Yeah.
I could be absolutely wrong, but I look at it like, why would I apologize to this, but not apologize for everything if I don't understand? Like if I'm just naive or if I'm just ignorant, why
Mhm.
would I pick and choose what to apologize for unless I was trying to manipulate and say, "Oh, that I
Mm-hmm.
apologize for knocking into the stove, but I don't apologize
But
for
I don't
knocking all the
apologize
food on the
for.
floor." You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, you
yeah.
finish it because that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean by awareness. That's how I'm trying to realistically just judge it for myself because it's hard to judge shit for yourself.
It's
Yeah.
taking accountability. It's more so on the
Yeah.
taking accountability. You know
That's
what I'm
it. That
saying?
part.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
being the one that severs that tie that says, I have to agree with you because we're blood relatives. No,
Mm.
that's bullshit. We got to learn how to change that narrative and lead from not from our own understanding, but leading from that core place that go, you know what? I thought about it. And you know what? I'm going to speak on it. And I don't give a fuck about how you feel. Like me, love me. Using Denzel Washington Fitz's line when he was talking to his son. It's not my job to be placed here for you to love me. It's not my job to be placed here for you to like me, but you will respect me, hands down. I don't
Just
give a
told
fuck
my
about
son
all
that shit
that.
last night.
Right?
not in those words, but paraphrase for sure.
Right. Yeah. So
It's crazy.
Yeah, I just like self-awareness is another, yeah, like we're talking about taking accountability for like when we're, when we're wrong.
Yeah.
I tell my friends all the time, because it's like, yo, if you and I are close and I've known you for more than like 10 years, we family. So
for
here's
sure.
here's what I'm gonna tell you to do. If I start wilding out in any way, shape, or form, call me out on it.
That's all.
Call me out on it. I'm asking you to be my accountability buddy, because I sometimes hear myself and I have to check, and I have to, and I have to check myself. And
Yeah.
even Babe, shout out to her. Like, we've been together for almost 3 years. She says,
Yeah.
she says, Babe, let it out. I'll be
Mm.
on, like, I'll get on a soapbox real quick, and then she's like, no, and then she'll give her opinion on it, and like, number one, I'm trying to be a better listener, to be a
Yeah.
better partner. I'm trying to be a better listener. I'm trying to be more, because I communicate a lot, but sometimes I don't know. Wait, like, there are times where, like, think about the times you you've listened versus when you're just waiting for your turn to speak.
Yeah. That's something that this shit right here, doing this right here,
Yeah.
definitely will help teach you with as far as your communication skills. I'll
Facts.
tell you that shit
Yeah.
right now. There's a lot that
Yeah.
I learned from like stuff like that, like you said, Kyle. Just the listening aspect, so you can really make sure that you're paying full attention to the
Yes.
conversation and
Yes.
not just waiting to add your piece.
Hmm.
And it's crazy because you actually can talk so much more when you're actively listening. You can literally speak on so much more that somebody's talking about, just like right now, because it really does help you because you're also learning and you're able
Hmm.
to kind of see yourself in a reflective way by what
Yeah.
somebody's describing. So
Yeah.
I feel you there, yeah,
I
all the
Hmm.
agree.
way.
I do that, especially now with certain friendships. I've learned a lot of time when they're talking to me, they're not expecting me to give immediate feedback. They
Mm,
just be like, I just need you to listen. So now I'll just be
That's
like,
it.
I'm listening, and we do this thing now, what we call it, we listen, we don't judge.
Yeah.
mm,
So in those conversations, I'll be like, I learned to lead from, so I don't come off with the what they call the toxic masculinity or any of those things. I'll say, well, this is how I feel towards it, but
mm.
you're an adult. It's what it is. Whatever decision you make now, it's like I'm still going to support it. Rather
Right.
I'm for it or against it. It's not my place to control the narrative.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's good. That's good, man. I mean, and I think that this conversation right here was definitely, like I said, I wasn't even gonna like talk about all this stuff really because I was gonna open it up more to the floor. But maybe it was better like this because, like you guys said, man, I've been talking to you guys for a while, longer than
Hmm.
pretty much everybody else that I was gonna have on tonight. And I do respect everybody's opinion, but
Same.
it does mean more coming from you guys.
Hmm.
But it's like it's been something that's been weighing on me, bro. And it was one of the reasons I want to do a fellas talk tonight. Also, just kind of vent and let the guys talk, man, because this actually was really good conversation. And
Yeah.
I think we even in the comments and stuff, they were kind of picking up because I think a lot of people deal with shit, well, definitely a lot of people deal with this, but it's I don't want to be on a soapbox right now,
Yeah.
but it is hard to be proud of being a strong man right now, it seems, yo. And Kyle, like you were saying before,
Hmm.
it's not always about the who's the biggest, who's the baddest. A lot of times it's about how the way you care for your family and the
Hmm.
way like you talk about like your woman and how you want nothing more than to do better and to be better and to make sure you're representing the best version of yourself in your established commitment.
Hmm.
That
I'm telling you right now, that is fucking dominant traits. It's just that's why I'm saying it's like it's such a tied in, connection with toxic masculinity, alpha. The alpha is somebody who is leading the fucking pack. It's not somebody
And can
who
delegate.
owns it. It's somebody who leads, who's somebody who's not scared to take charge, who's not scared to take repercussions, who's not scared to protect and dive on the fucking bomb to protect the group. It's just what it is, man.
You're not afraid to be the sacrificial lamb. You know what I'm
Sacrificial
saying?
lamb,
Like,
the
I'm
Batman
go
of this motherfucker.
straight up, bro. And I love this conversation. I'm glad you invited me to this panel to get perspectives from me, also from Kyle and yourself, because a lot of us are afraid to have these conversations, these honest, healthy conversations, and not without, because somewhere there's a viewer, listener somewhere that's still trying to argue back and forth, creating arguments out of what we're saying here. And it's not about who's right, who's wrong. It's about understanding, the politics of it. Like, who's a good? How do we deliberate? Fact from fiction. Hey, look, I'm classified as an alpha because of the way I assert myself, the way I'm willing to put myself on the front line. We are generals on the battlefield because we're gonna go front line, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, stay right here. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure the coast is clear." Like you were speaking early in the show about doing the most far-fetched things that may sound like crazy, but the reality you don't know what you're capable of when your adrenaline's up high and it's fight or flight mode.
That's
you don't know, you become the most invincible motherfucker on the planet. Come on.
That's right. Yeah, you'll deal with the pain later because I can't turn around and scratch my ass without throwing my back. I picked up my baby with my hand the other night, man. I'll tell you right now, I had him like this. He was on the bed, and I went and I lifted his big ass up. I brought him to me. And when I tell you right now, I pull like a nerve in my back all the way down.
Oh, man.
And I am jacked up, bro.
Yeah. But you know what this also tells me? Like every time I hear conversations like these, but they all go like kind of one-sided, it shows me that we all gotta pick up a freaking dictionary. There are words that have multiple definitions. Language is always, especially the English language, because we borrow from other languages.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're all over the place with
we all over the place.
It's
like
still stupid.
We have
live and live is the same damn word.
Oh my God, that is so.
It's a whole conversation right here.
Live and live is the same damn word.
We got all this technology. We got all this technology. We got all this information out there, and now we have to be very careful about where we get our information because that can be changed in an instant.
That's true.
It's like they don't.
Yeah,
facts, right? But seriously. So many words have multiple definitions, but we only know like one or two because it's the popular usage of it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, people also make shit up every 5 minutes too. So it's like you also don't have the ability to categorize anything before it gets categorized. So it's like you said before. I forgot who. I can't remember if it was. I think it was Kyle that said it. That you did something and then once it was out there, you couldn't take it back, or you were like it was just out there, something like that. I forgot in the conversation.
Right. It was very, yeah.
But, yeah, it was like you something happened where it's like somebody said, "Oh no, the Wolfpack leader guy who did the study."
Yeah,
he put something out there, and as soon as it was out there, somebody read that motherfucking that stuck to this day. He lived just like us. We all fucking heard the same shit. Nobody ever heard of redaction. Nobody ever heard. Oh no, actually that's not true. Sometimes you get the benefit of 20 years later. Something you heard when you were 14 years old. Like, wait a minute, he's still alive?
Like what?
He died 20 years ago.
Like what? Like what happened? Imagine, and just imagine, because you know how information is being bombarded. We're being bombarded with information every day. Imagine if that information came out now, and I mean like the original study to now. If it came out in the internet days, we'd be done. At least now we can. If we want to, this is why I think we should read more, before they ban all the books, but that's a whole different story. Anyway.
Or websites, that's all we got now anyway. We don't got no fucking books anymore.
What's a book? I'm reading on my tablet.
It's got apps now.
I'm reading on my tablet, but
watching TikTok or YouTube's.
Man, if that dude had a TikTok and he went out and studied the wolf packs then, and then
he'd probably be lying and shit.
Because a lot of people they do it to get the bag, and then somebody else would investigate them, and it's like would be their content, and it's like, oh man. Just
You never know what to trust, bro. Even back in the day, we know the most honest conversation you can have with anybody on this fucking planet is we don't know what the fuck we talking about. The closest thing that you know of what you're talking, for the most part, at least the 40% that you can kind of factually guarantee, is the experiences that you're kind of going through, that you're learning from, that hurt you, that make you feel some type of compassion, some type of emotion, whatever. Yeah. That's really the only factual, substantial evidence that you have of your existence in this fucking planet, bro. You know what you feel, you know what you go through, and sometimes you don't even know that. That's what I'm saying. It's not even 100% on that. But everything you see can be a lie. Everything you feel can be a lie. And that's the crazy part, bro, because we don't know jack shit. We're just guessing until we're too old to fucking remember the stuff that we learned already, because then we start forgetting it. And then we shitting on ourselves again, and then we get in the grave. And that's how crazy this life is, bro. That's why you have to just experience and hopefully learn fast enough that you don't have to take everything so seriously. You have to be safe and protect your loved ones and try to love as much as you can, and not hate as much as you do, and live as long as you fucking can, yo. That's what I'm teaching my kids, bro. And in that note, I think we're gonna close on that because that was good. But guys, listen, I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight, just like every other night, man. It's actually, these shows have been really, really fun. You know, even the serious ones we've had. We did the news last week. We had this fellas talk this week. Tomorrow night, guys, listen, we back with Straight to the Ropes Wrestle Talk. 9 o'clock, we're gonna be talking about stuff going on with the Royal Rumble and wrestling and Unreal, the Netflix documentary that's kind of been kind of, you know, making rounds today. People have been talking about, I don't know if it dropped today, but people definitely been talking about it a lot. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that tomorrow on Straight to the Ropes Wrestle Talk. And then me and Kyle, we got a guest on Thursday's show. Nice. Troy DeRyan is coming on, man. He's coming on. We're gonna be talking some
Man of Horror. Let's go.
Yes, with the Man of Horror, and that's gonna be a really good episode as well. Some new horror stuff that's been out, and kind of review some shows and stuff that I've been watching. I watched a crazy ass movie the other day. We're gonna talk about it. But Stead, man, thank you so much for coming back on as well, bro. And once again, I'm gonna start shooting you the link too, bro. Whenever you want to come on and jump on with us, have these awesome conversations, you're more than welcome. And we got to keep going. But Stead, go ahead, shout out your company and shout out everything you've been doing and when you're on and everything while people watching.
Absolutely. Of course, people, you know, I am, you know, the proud sole proprietor of Rocksteady Media Network. You know what I'm saying? Where all things media is done over there, because we are a nice folder. You know what I'm saying? We dropping content for the masses. We got live with DJ Steady and Company. You know what I'm saying? A little family oriented, my primary show. You got the Rise and Rock Morning Show coming to you live 6 days a week. You know, getting you motivated and inspired to do your thing. And of course, you know, on Tuesdays we got the Steady Approved podcast for all my music connoisseurs. You know, get some music interviews, debut some music. We're gonna talk shop there. And of course, you know, on Thursdays, while he doing his thing, I'll be doing Certified Goat Talk, as well as producing the Handicap and Chill podcast. You can find all that on Rocksteady Media Network. All you got to do is like, follow, subscribe, and check out rocksteadymedianetwork.com.
Awesome.
And you be doing too much, bro.
Doing a lot, man. Doing a lot. Every day I'm seeing you. Every day I'm seeing you on the thing live, and keep feeling it, man. You motivating me because I'm over here. I was talking to my wife today about, hey, listen, I might start going live just to go live. Like even outside of the shows, like I want to start kind of just getting on and just venting a little bit about my days and just kind of incorporating with people a little bit more. So motivating me too, bro. For sure. Kyle, what you got for us, bro?
Yeah, we got new episodes of A for Able coming out on the YouTube channel, as well as Spotify and other podcast platforms. If anybody ever wants to be, you know, interviewed and have a good talk about either living with a disability or a difference, whether it be mental, physical, or emotional, this is the place to go. If you want to get a little vulnerable, that's cool. You want to tell people the real instead of what people, doctors, and everything else they think based on old information. Yeah, I'm not talking about anybody specific, RFK, but anyway.
Oh shit! Shots fired.
This was
SDR. This was SDR over here because he fired shots on SDR.
Man, listen, but no, seriously, you want to know what it's like living with a disability, whether it be mental, physical, or otherwise, and you want to give people the real, this is the place to do it. I thank everybody for watching, tuning in, and listening. Like, subscribe, all that great stuff.
For real. Definitely, guys. Yeah, and Beeline, y'all, listen, guys, thank you guys so much for opening this year with me. We've literally done all shows this year so far. We're definitely gonna be having a show next week. I don't know what actually, yes, I do know it. It's actually gonna be a Talking with Strangers next week, guys. We're hey, what's up, Undead? I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Appreciate you on Twitch, our Twitch family, man. I'm trying to grow on Twitch still. I stopped gaming a little bit, but we still host the shows over there. So thank you guys for watching over there as well. But listen, yo, we're gonna be back on next week. Next Tuesday, we have a Talking with Strangers segment. I believe it's an author. He's gonna be coming on, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be kind of retesting out this Talking with Strangers segment. I am going to be here. Like Kyle, I forgot to tell you guys, but yeah, I do got something else I'm doing outside of this. This is my main job, but I gotta make a little bit more money right now. I'm trying to take some vacations this year. But I do have something, and the great news is my time is not changing, baby. I'm still gonna be live. I ain't nothing involved. I'm gonna be here, and it is what it is, yo. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was lurking, laughing. I was streaming myself, but brother, I try being here when I can. I appreciate you, bro. I really, really appreciate you, man. And gotta go check out your streaming as well, bro. But I hope you guys have an amazing night. Tune in tomorrow. Stay true. Stay positive, baby, because there's a lot of love to give. I feel good, guys. You guys made me feel good, and I'm about to go watch a movie. But stay true, stay positive, pay attention, baby, and we'll be back tomorrow night with Straight Through the Ropes. Yo, let's go. Peace out, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you head on over to the Beeline Entertainment LLC YouTube channel, where we have so much more for you. We have the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, as well as Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk on Wednesdays, and of course, the Beeline Entertainment Show on Thursday night. Join us and make sure that you hit that like, hit that share, and of course, subscribe with that bell button for the notifications so you can make sure you're getting all the great content from the Beeline Entertainment LLC.